Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I meant to have two Digimon Survive videos for you yesterday, but must have forgotten to take my anxiety medication because usually when I forget to do that, I end up sleeping a lot more than I mean to, and I finished the last video, went to take a lunch break. And what do you know? Next thing I know, I'm waking up at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, yesterday was a fun day. I woke up literally long enough to record a video, eat lunch, then sleep. So, I'm sitting around, insomnia is a bitch, flipping around YouTube, looking for, some stuff to watch. Maybe it'll help me pass out. And I start running across some videos of people talking about Digimon Survive. So, I'm kind of skimming through, getting some people's thoughts about this, because I've been seeing a mixed reaction to this. I think a couple videos ago, I said this game's is kind of polarizing, and I think I'm wrong about that. I don't think this is polarizing, because really taking another look at the scores and reviews of this game's actually really being well liked by the audiences right now. From what I saw, it's sitting at a 9 out of 10 on Steam. It's got a vast majority 5 stars on Google. Take that for what you will. But, so I'm flipping around these videos, and, I'm seeing some people who are just like, oh, this game's, I don't be fooled by this game. I was excited, and this game ended up being trash. And I'm very surprised by that, because I'm digging this game. I really like the turn-based RPG elements of the game. I mean, they're simple, but they're fun. It's not perfect, but, I still dig it. And the visual novel style. It wasn't what I was expecting out of this game, because I think I was expecting a survival game, given the title and the fact that Google still calls this a survival game, which is very odd to me, seeing as it's not a survival game. So that's I find that very interesting. But either way, I was flipping through and I saw some people like, don't be fooled by this game, whatever. And then I found one video that it was like 4 minutes long, about a 2,000 sub channel. I can't remember whose it was. Otherwise, I would give them I'd credit them. I think they made the best point, and that is people who are not happy with this game. It's an issue of failed expectations, really, of people who were expecting, a big action RPG, who were expecting something more like Digimon World, Digimon the hacker sleuth, cyber sleuth, whatever the flip those things are called. We're expecting something more like that, and got a much more subdued experience. Now, don't get me wrong, I love an action RPG with Digimon, and it's actually a survival game. I'd love the fuck out of that. I have been hoping for a I have been hoping for a survival game set in something like Digimon or Pokemon or whatever for so freaking long. I always kind of joked, my friends always looked at me like I was insane for wanting this game, but I wanted a Pokemon game where you actually have to feed your Pokemon to keep them alive. You have to feed yourself to keep them alive. Does anybody remember from the anime when Ash ends up getting stuck in the mountains, and he's got all his Pokemon, they're all huddled together for warmth, and Charmander's tail was dying out? I'm like, okay, so kind of imagine a game where that can happen, but you can also have the option to Chilean soccer team your Pokemon squad. Like, you can actually cannibalize your Pokemon squad to get through the winter. Oregon Trail mixed with Pokemon. I'm like, oh man, dude, I would play the shit out of that game. And everybody tells me I'm twisted, and I'm like, I don't think I'm that twisted. I think that's actually a cool concept. Whatever. So, essentially, what I'm circling around the drain here of the point that I really think the reason this game has this negative reception, what I put in the title, even though, I don't want to make it sound like, oh, everybody's hating on this game. No, I think it's a very small chunk of players. But I think this video that I saw, I think he kind of phrased it perfectly, and that is, it was an issue of this game not meeting expectations. Not because it's not good, because people were expecting it to not be a visual novel style, turn-based tactical RPG. I wasn't expecting a turn-based tactical RPG, but in my defense, I came into this game with almost no expectations, no plans, no nothing. I knew next to nothing other than the fact this game was called Digimon Survive. Like I said, I actually did expect a survival game given that name, and I think what somebody told me once, or mentioned this game, I'm like, oh, cool, a survival-based Digimon game. That sounds really cool. So yeah, man, I was on board with the concept. And then I don't get that concept, but I really like what we have here, because I like visual novels. I like turn-based tactical RPGs. And you know what? I actually kind of like the fact that this game does have a little bit of a darker tone. It's not... we can solve everything through the power of friendship. We actually have to see these kids survive in this not digital world, because that was the anime, but it works for me. I enjoy it. And if you don't, you don't. I mean, that's fine. I don't think it makes it a bad game. And like I said, I think people just were not expecting this game to be what it is. And personally, I really, really enjoy what this game is. Hence why I keep wanting to upload videos for it. And frankly, because I'm uploading this at like 2, 3 in the morning. Just because I was like, hey, you know what? I can't sleep, and I just want to rant about this for about 5 minutes and don't want to put it at the start of the next video. So, hey, let's do it now while I'm awake. So I'm going to try and grab some sleep and then probably wake up and record more of this game. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next one. I'm out.